Hi, hello, welcome to another raid build video. Today we're going to be talking about the 7-star Dark Feraligatr raid that is happening this weekend. I have 5 counters for you, although some of these counters you can make more of once you get the general gist of it. But before we go over the 5 counters, let's talk about Feraligatr. Feraligatr will have the hidden ability Sheer Force, which will increase its secondary moves by 30%. But what that does is moves that cause like a status condition like Thunderbolt will no longer cause paralysis. So because Feraligatr will be Dark type, the move that we should assume that we'll have is Crunch. Now, Crunch has a 10% chance of dropping your defense, but because of Sheer Force, you don't have to worry about the 10% defense drop. You just have to worry about the 30% boost plus this Tera boost to Crunch. Assuming that it will have Crunch, that makes the most sense. Speaking of the moves that it should or should not have, I have a list here. So these moves right here are all the moves I calculated, and they all are affected by Sheer Force. So Crunch, Ice Punch, Liquidation, Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, and Metal Claw. These will all get a 30% boost if Feraligatr has it. We did calculate these moves here to make sure that we could still survive them. And these moves here, actually, surprisingly, Psychic Fangs is not affected by Sheer Force. But these moves here are not affected by Sheer Force, but it's still moves that we made sure that we could survive when building these counters. So those are the moves. I'm not going to go over all of them. I think most of them make sense when you look at them. And then finally, status type moves. Feraligatr does not get a lot of status type moves, but the ones that we would possibly worry about is Screech. We have not seen a 7-star raid boss use Screech yet. It does get access to Swords Dance. It does get access to Dragon Dance. It also gets access to Fake Tears. This one probably doesn't matter because Feraligatr is a physical attacker, not a special attacker. So I think realistically, we're looking at Screech, Dragon Dance, and then Swords Dance as possibility. Here are Feraligatr's stats. It's way bulkier on the defense side than the special defense. Doesn't matter too much. Not a very fast Pokemon. Decent attack stat. And then because it's Dark Tera type, it will be weak to Bug, Fighting, and Fairy. And we went over all the moves. So let's talk about the 5 Pokemon I built. I'm going to be honest, I only built 3 of them before this YouTube video, so we'll just go for the first 3, and then I'll explain the last 2 here. So the first one being Primarina. This is going to be an all-support Pokemon. And because Primarina is Water and Fairy, it's going to resist Water, which Feraligatr should have like a move like Liquidation, and then it will resist Dark because of Fairy. So actually probably like the best typing here. We're going to put Light Clay on it, and we're going to be Stellar Tera type. If you can't get Stellar Tera type, or you just can't afford it, or you don't have the DLC, you don't need to Tera this Pokemon at all. She's just pure support. She doesn't need to do damage or anything like that. Your moveset's going to be Chilling Water, Moonblast, Life Dew, and Light Screen. That's wrong. That should be Reflect. I just realized that. Let me, we're gonna edit on the fly right here. Reflect. Ignore the light screen. You used to watch me not have Reflect. I do. Ignore that. Okay. Ultimately, how you're gonna play Primarina is you're gonna open up with Reflect. That will last 8 turns because of your Light Clay. That will reduce the damage of all physical attacks for your whole team coming from Feraligatr. And then you're going to use Chilling Water to reduce Feraligatr's attack. And then you're going to do Life Dew to heal your team in between. So ultimately, you're going to Reflect. And then you're going to Chilling Water, Life Dew, Chilling Water, Life Dew. You almost will never need to hit Moonblast. If you're hitting Moonblast, that must mean your team is super healthy, has everything under control, and you're going to win anyways. So if you're losing and hitting Moonblast, that is why you're losing. If you're hitting Moonblast and everything is going good, your team is winning. Ability doesn't really matter too much here. You can also put like Haze on Primarina if Feraligatr decides to like Swords Dance like 3 times right off the bat. You can just Haze that away. It's just a possibility. But this is just a full support Primarina. Again, you don't need to Tera it, but if you do Tera it, I would do Stellar so you can keep those resistances. If you do want to do a little bit more damage with Chilling Water, Moonblast, but again, don't break, like 4 Primarinas are not going to win. It's just too much support. So good support Pokemon if you like playing support, especially with randoms. Our second Pokemon actually pairs with Primarina and does help Primarina do more damage if everything is going smoothly, and that is Galarian Weezing. Galarian Weezing will be the Fairy Tera type for the Dark resistance, and the ability will actually be Levitate. There's a possibility that Feraligatr gets Earthquake, so we just ignore that altogether. We're going to do Acid Spray. That helps other Weezings do more damage, other special attackers do more damage, Primarina do more damage. Clear Smog, that's in case of the Dragon Dance or the Swords Dance, but also, if Feraligatr gets Screech and screeches your teammates, you can Clear Smog your teammate to remove that -2. Although Clear Smogging a Primarina would actually probably do a lot of damage. But if they're, like, for example, you know, if they Koraidon or whatever else is standing next to you, Iron Hands, you can Clear Smog that to get rid of that -2 defense. Strange Steam, which is Weezing's signature move that will have a possibility of Confuse but do super effective damage, and Will-O-Wisp. You're actually going to start off with Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp has an 85% accuracy, but will burn because Feraligatr's a physical attacker. Burning it will cut that attack stat in half. But with the item Zoom Lens, because you will always go second to Feraligatr, that means your Will-O-Wisp will be 100% accurate. Strange Steam, I think, is 90% accurate. So Zoom Lens will also make Strange Steam 100% accurate. Ultimately, your job as Weezing is to burn and then to keep stats under control. So anytime you see a Swords Dance, anytime you see a Dragon Dance, you're instantly going to Clear Smog that away. Clear Smog and Acid Spray have negative synergy together. So obviously, you could Clear Smog your own Acid Sprays away. So just, I would not recommend Weezing for like a casual player. You do have to pay attention to stats when you're using Weezing. But Weezing's main job, burn and then Clear Smog when you see those stat increases. Our next Pokemon is going to be Chestnut. With the Shell Bell, you can use your Mightiest Mark Chestnut if you want to. You would have to change its Tera type though, but it's already level 100. This is just going to be a standard body press set. And you can, so when I say that we're only building 5, but you can use more of this, there's a lot of body pressers that work here, and I wasn't going to build like 16 different body pressers. I like Chestnut because it does resist Dark and it does resist Water, so the two strongest moves that Feraligatr can hit with. Chestnut also gets access to Reflect, which is nice if there's not a Primarina on your team and you want to protect your team. But we just have the standard Iron Defense Body Press. And then our EVs, 252 HP, 252 defense. EVs will be on screen for all these Pokemon. And then Taunt. Taunt is really good if we do see Screeches or Dragon Dances or Swords Dances. You can't Taunt when Shield is up, so just remember that. You can apply the same instance to Como-O, and I do think Como-O is slightly better. I don't have a Como-O built as I'm recording this, but Como-O is going to be the same thing. It's going to be Body Press, Iron Defense. It has a great defense stat. It resists Water. It resists Dark. The only difference is Como-O gets access to Breaking Swipe, and Breaking Swipe will do what Chilling Water does. So Chestnut has great resistances and technically a little bit bulkier than Como-O because its HP is higher. Como-O can get to Tera faster because of Breaking Swipe. So with Como-O, you would do 3 Breaking Swipes, maybe a Taunt. Once your stats are reset, you switch to Iron Defense, you Terrasilize, and you start body pressing for big damage. Both of these Pokemon will hold Shell Bell, and literally what I just said, you can apply to a lot of body pressers. So if you want to do like Zamazenta, or I'm blanking on other body pressers, it's pretty much going to be Iron Defense, Body Press, some sort of Taunt or Reflect, and if they have Breaking Swipe or Chilling Water, Breaking Swipe and Chilling Water to lower Feraligatr's attack and increase your Terrasilization. Don't do Corviknight. Don't listen to my Twitch chat. Carbink is weak to water. Corviknight hits terrible. Like, the 2 Pokemon I just recommended do way more damage than Corviknight does. Don't listen to that Twitch chat. Don't listen to those. Build Como or build Chestnut over Corviknight. Maybe Fortress. I don't know. Corviknight just hits. The Corviknight doesn't hit that hard. Okay. And then our last Pokemon is going to be Koraidon. which, speaking of Breaking Swipe, Koraidon gets. Koraidon has the same typing as Kommo-o, so you get the resistance of dark, you get the resistance of water. The other really cool thing about Koraidon, which actually makes it really good here, is it sets sun. So a Pokemon like Galarian Weezing does not have a water resistance. There's quite a few Pokemon that might have a dark resistance, but might not have a water resistance. So Koraidon coming in and setting sun to decrease water type attacks is just really good, because liquidation will hit very hard if you're neutral to water. So Koraidon comes in, sets sun automatically. That's great. And then Koraidon can use Collision Course to do big damage, can use Breaking Swipe to build Tera and to help the team. Koraidon can also bulk up to increase your defense and to increase your attack. You could switch this out for Swords Dance if you don't need the defense. But you bulk up or Swords Dance, whichever one you prefer. Screech, so your other Koraidons or your other physical Pokemon can do more damage. Screech is not going to work when Shield is up. I think getting to Tera faster is better than Screeching. And because Breaking Swipe will help the entire team, I think you just open with 3 Breaking Swipes and then Screech after the Shield breaks to just finish him off. You can also go Drain Punch. Because Collision Course is only 8 PP. That is also why you should be focusing on Breaking Swipe, so you don't waste all your PP with Collision Course. But you could also, if you want to play safer and you just need a little bit more health, you can also go Drain Punch. I'm doing 20 HP, 236 attack, and 252 defense. This makes a lot of 5-hit KO moves become 6-hit KO moves with a Reflect Up, or with a Breaking Swipe. So that's why we're doing 20 HP and 252 defense. So that's why the defenses are there. Anyways, I think that is the fastest I've ever explained 5 Pokemon in a YouTube video. Usually it takes me like 20 minutes. So, yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend. If you need help this weekend with the 7-star Feraligatr, I will be streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/PKMNcast. Come over, you can just ask for help. And if you need help, I will definitely help you. You don't have to bring one of these 5 Pokemon I recommended if you have your own Pokemon, as long as it's level 100 and EV trained and IV trained. Or if you just don't have anything, if you just need help, just let us know and I'll help you get through. You can also join our Discord, and our Discord can help you if you can't come over when I'm live because you live in a different time zone. So Discord should be on screen, Twitch should be on screen. Thanks for making it to the end. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.